Evan, what are the social and ESG benefits of VCTs?
So the Baronsmead funds are managed by Gresham House, which is an AIM-listed specialist alternative asset manager. And one of Gresham House's strategic objectives is to be a leader in ESG. So sort of at a corporate level, we've got a very clear sort of sustainability framework set out under environmental, social, and governance, which is then cascades down to all the different sort of investment strategies that we've managed. And obviously the VCTs is a sort of key part of that. So we think that ESG and sustainability principles need to be embedded in your investment process for it to really have a meaningful impact. And that goes all the way through from how we screen assets and the types of businesses that we don't invest in. But also it really sort of mandates how we engage and support our businesses to develop and grow in a more sort of sustainable way. And I think the VCT industry has got a really unique opportunity to work with these companies at an early stage to get best practice into the way that they operate and think, and help educate the management teams as they sort of scale. So, the sort of social impact, we've talked a lot about job creation. Well, the VCT backed companies need to be great employers. They need to give back to the communities in which they operate in. They need to have good governance to sort of de-risk or try to de-risk, what is, inherently risky process of quickly growing a business. So I think managers, VCT managers have got a really important role in helping really support the companies and give practical guidance and advice on how they can sort of build more sustainable businesses, which will be there as they scale.
Thanks so much. Yeah, I really think you're right. The VCTs have got a lot of work to do in educating those companies about being good employers and the benefits that they can bring to society. Chris, what are the social and ESG benefits of VCTs for you? Of course, you're invested in the AIM sector.
Well, what's been fascinating in recent times is the emergence of these businesses that are very, very much focused on on tailoring solutions to very specific problems. And they tend to be, if I'm being very honest about it, they tend to be in the sort of personalized healthcare sector, in the environmental sector, across even into engineering sectors, manufacturing, finding better, more efficient, more environmentally friendly, more socially responsible, more beneficial solutions to many of the human beings' big problems in the 21st century. And that's been really fascinating because it allows us to encourage and embrace those kinds of businesses when they're listed and have raised substantial amounts of money. Hopefully we've been able to support that. They then stand out as representatives of the next generation of businesses that are going to repair a lot of the damage that has been inflicted both on the planet and on the human beings. And I know it sounds a little bit, messianic in some ways, but actually the belief and the passion that comes across from these entrepreneurs who have hit upon a solution that's come out of where their expertise lies. And if they can apply that and harness technology to enable those solutions to really make a meaningful difference, we've got so many examples now of businesses across a variety of sectors that are really potentially going to make a huge difference over the next 10 or 20 years. And if we had time, I could bang on at length about some of those businesses, but I shall be quiet for the time being.
But next question, Chris, don't you worry, I'll be asking you. Malcolm, what are the social and ESG benefits of your VCTs?
So those generally they source from the people we're looking to partner with. So when we're making investments, we're trying to find these pioneering entrepreneurs who want to solve really big problems. And those may be societal problems, they may be environmental problems, but they are large and they're not solved by the current status quo. And so our role as a VCT investor is to find these people and to help provide the capital so that they can start to tackle that problem. So we've been doing that very actively, and by being open and transparent about what kind of behaviors we're looking for, we hope that we can attract those entrepreneurs that have a leaning towards solving some of those really important problems. In the last 4 or 5 years, when I look back and see the kind of themes behind the investments we've got really excited by, they've been in areas such as access to healthcare. So we made 2 investments in the digital therapeutic space, which is how, in other words, using software in place of what you would otherwise have used drugs, for example. So we have a business that solves, called Big Health, which solves insomnia through software. We have another one called Quick Genius, which solves alcohol and tobacco addiction through software in a digital clinic. So this was groups of people who would not have had treatment or who are undertreated before, which are then being treated in this new way with technology. It improves people's happiness, improves mental health, it improves employee productivity. So all sorts of really positive externalities that come out of it. We're also seeing actually a lot of work being done in the privacy space. Data was probably overused for years when people would see it as the new gold, that people could monetize it, and now technology companies are coming out to protect people's data. We actually invested in, it was 2 years ago now, a company called Inrupt. The CTO of that is the inventor of the World Wide Web, so Tim Berners-Lee, and he was disgusted in what had happened to the internet that he'd invented, and he wanted a new technology which would help fix how people use their data and actually give it back to the individual so they could manage its usage rights. And so we're trying to find these entrepreneurs that really see these problems that are in society, and by having capital to solve them, they can bring people together and actually bring solutions to the market. And so that's the big benefit I think VCTs bring to social and ESG.